Down south in North Carolina, we find the 5600 tank engine searching the yard for her brake van. She suddenly remembers she caught a glimpse of the big boy wandering off with it while she was on the turntable. Not to worry, the big boy will surely give it back if asked nicely. The L1 tank engine, no longer blocked in the roundhouse by a Great Western rotisserie, moves off to take a passenger service. The J50 is arriving in the engine facility, this time with a pair of wagons he got from who knows where. It seems these wagons contain some sort of contraption that makes special water. Before we can get any clarification, the J50 leaves. The K4 rolls up next to Flying Scotsman and introduces himself as Scott's father. Flying Scotsman is not sure how to handle this situation. The yard goat enters the engine facility and finds the special water wagons. The yard goat quickly hides the two wagons in the roundhouse, as this is a dry county. The Ivat Mogul arrives back in the yard after having retrieved the goods train the J50 stole. She passes the L1 departing towards Ye Old Fortress with a passenger train. The Ivat Mogul has dumped the goods train back in the yard and continues out the other end. I think she just wants to go somewhere else for a little while. The 5600 finds the big boy and politely asks for her brake van back. The big boy leaves. Gadwall moves to the roundhouse for a little rest before taking her next train. As Gadwall settles into her stall, she finds a couple of wagons containing some mighty flavorful water. Lion has volunteered to help the yard goat out with some switching, or shunting, depending on who around here you ask. This might take a while. The L1 is making good time, but has to make a sudden, unscheduled stop. This truck driver seems to have no situational awareness whatsoever. Flying Scotsman is beginning to realize that he and the K4 do in fact share some characteristics. Scotsman is starting to get nervous. The 5600 has found the big boy again, and politely asks for her brake van back. The big boy leaves. Let's check in on Lion in the yards. Lion seems to have picked up the pace a little. Scotsman seems to have had enough of the conversation with the K4 and takes off. The K4 is more than excited to play a game of tag with his son and takes off after Scotsman. With an enthusiastic whistle, Gadwall leaves the roundhouse to couple up to her train. It seems Gadwall may have had too much special water. Gadwall has backed right past her train and shows no signs of heading back to get it. She sure seems happy about it, though. Having finally sorted out the mad lorry driver, the L1 arrives in Ye Old Fortress. The L1 brings the train to a stop at the station, but there's a problem. The LNER teaks are designed for tall platforms, and the platforms here are at rail height. Ah, well, they'll figure something out. Anyone have a ladder by chance? Let's check back with Lion to see... Oh, wow. It seems Lion has completely sorted the entire yard. Well done, Lion. The 5600 has found the big boy again, but she isn't asking this time. The Ivat Mogul comes back into the yard only to find this standoff. She's not about to get involved and just takes cover in the roundhouse. The 5600 finally has her brake van back. But now the big boy has a gun. The L1 arrives back in Salisbury to find a very strange sight indeed. The L1 desperately wants to ask, but knows better.